They are arresting her, again. The shouts echoed across Nairobi, a familiar chorus to Wangari Maathai's ears. But this time, things were different. This protest, against the destruction of Uhuru Park, wasn't just about trees. It was about something far bigger, something they couldn't bulldoze away, the unshakable spirit of a Kenyan woman who dared to defy a dictator and heal a nation with 47 million trees. From the earth, life springs. A truth known to generations across this continent. A truth whispered in ancient languages, etched into the very soil beneath our feet. But sometimes, the most fundamental truths become obscured, buried beneath layers of neglect and exploitation. And the voices that speak them, the voices that hold the power to reclaim what is lost, are often the most easily silenced. Across Africa, women are the custodians of the land. They feed families, cultivate communities, and nurture the future. Yet their contributions are consistently undervalued, their voices unheard in the corridors of power where decisions are made that directly impact their lives. They are the unsung heroes, the quiet revolutionaries, tirelessly working towards a better tomorrow. In the late 20th century, the impact of deforestation was devastating communities across Kenya. The land, once fertile and life-giving, was eroding, leaving families struggling to survive. From this harsh reality, a movement was born. A movement led by a woman who understood the profound connection between the environment and the well-being of her people. Imagine a woman, educated and empowered, returning to her homeland to find it ravaged. A woman who refused to accept the status quo. This woman, seeing the destruction wrought by unchecked deforestation, decided to take action. She founded the Green Belt movement in 1977. Her mission was simple: to empower women to plant trees, to restore the land, and to reclaim their livelihoods. Millions of trees later, the landscape began to change. Communities were revitalized. Women found their voices, their economic independence, and their political power. The movement grew, spreading across borders, inspiring a generation to protect the environment. All thanks to one woman's vision and unwavering determination. But here's where the story takes a turn. She believed that changing the land also changes women's voices. And that threatened the very foundations of the existing power structures. Wait, what? She was jailed for speaking the truth about protecting the land. We stand on the shoulders of giants, but often forget the very ground beneath our feet. Why does Wangari Maathai's story, the story of a Kenyan woman who moved mountains of earth and indifference, truly matter now? Because it's part of an unbroken chain, a legacy of African women who have shaped not just their own destinies, but the course of global power. For far too long, the narrative has been carefully curated, obscuring the brilliance and strength of African women. History books whisper about pharaohs and empires, but rarely do they thunder with the names of the women who commanded armies, negotiated treaties, and built civilizations. Let's journey back, further than many are willing to go. To the kingdom of Kush, in what is now Sudan. To the year 24 BC. Augustus Caesar, the all-powerful Roman emperor, fresh from conquering Egypt, thought he could simply extend his dominion south. He sent his legions, confident of an easy victory. But he met his match. He met Queen Amanirenas. With fierce eyes and a strategic mind, Amanirenas led her armies against the Roman invaders. She was not just a queen, she was a warrior, a tactician, an embodiment of African resistance. And she didn't just defend her kingdom, she defeated Rome. Yes, you heard that right. Amanirenas' Kushite forces were so formidable that Rome was forced to negotiate a treaty favorable to Kush. Roman historians themselves document that Rome ultimately paid tribute to Kush, acknowledging their power and agreeing to define borders. No longer were Roman legions safe in northern Africa. For centuries, history has told us who conquered whom. But in this chapter of our story, we reveal the truth that at one point in history, Rome paid tribute to Africa. It was an African woman, Queen Amanirenas, who made it happen. It's a power story that deserves to be told. Wangari Maathai's story isn't just a historical account, it's a seed of inspiration for every African woman today. Her tireless work demonstrates that environmental conservation and community empowerment go hand in hand. Consider the deforestation still impacting our climate and livelihoods. Wangari showed us practical solutions, rooted in local knowledge and driven by unwavering determination. Her Nobel Peace Prize wasn't just an award, it was a global spotlight on African solutions to global problems. Solutions built from the ground up, by the people, for the people. Speaking of building wealth from the ground up, at PornoAfric, we're striving to empower Africans with practical tools. Check out our Africa Wealth Blueprint for just $27 at pornoafric.com/shop.html to learn more. Maathai's legacy reminds us that investing in our land and our people is the most sustainable investment we can make. But here's the question that lingers: considering the impact she made and the system she challenged, what do you think? Did they hide the truth? Think in face.